Well, we're joined now by Shalina Litt, who wears the full face veil, as you can see behind me, and she teaches children with special needs, and she joins us now from Birmingham. Shalina, so I know you're a teacher, but imagine you're a doctor or a nurse. Would you be wearing your full face veil like that if you had to communicate with your patients?
In the workplace, I choose to remove my veil, and that's my personal choice. And, you know, obviously I can only express that. I think just as though you have teachers, some teachers who may leave the premises and go out afterwards to the nightclubs and dress inappropriately and wear very little clothing, I should be able to preserve my choice on the outside. When it comes to in the classroom, I choose to remove the veil because I think it just becomes another obstacle that I've got to overcome, so I choose to remove it.
But that's because you're working with children, and
yes,
strictly speaking, even a strict Muslim like you would not have to wear the veil in front of small children. But as I said to you, if you're with adult patients and you're a doctor or a nurse, do you think somebody like you should be wearing the full face veil if you've got to, for instance, tell somebody some news, for instance, that they might be suffering from cancer, or even telling families that their loved ones have died?
Obviously, I can only speak of my own opinion. I think everybody's interpretation of how they choose to make an informed choice is down to them. But my opinion on that is, if you're working in the public service and you're going to be meeting the public, then yeah, you should remove the veil, because, you know, there are some people that may not understand it, and you, in terms of the function of the veil, it just ends up being a hindrance. So that's obviously my personal opinion. But obviously in the public sector, you've got private sectors. You know, we have to bring that to the table. Why is this a national debate, you know, on how much women are wearing? What about how much little women are wearing?
OK, sure. Well, we're just talking about this now because it is coming to the public domain for various reasons, the Birmingham College and so on. But would you defend the right of a female Muslim doctor wearing the veil like you to wear it even if she was communicating with patients on sensitive issues? Would you defend her right to do that?
I'd be prepared to listen to her. I know that I already have an opinion on it, but I'd be prepared to listen to her, for her to share her understanding. But I think what's important is the right people make the right choices.
And who are those right people? I mean, the government says there's not going to be a blanket ban as we have in France, for instance. It's up to institutions and sectors to decide. Do you think that's the right approach?
Obviously, I understand that a letter has been sent to the GMC, you know, and it's identifying who is to make that choice. I don't know the answer to that. I can only express my own experiences and my own opinions.
Sure, but just as a general ban, you wouldn't want to see that made?
If I went into, you know, a doctor's surgery, you know, I just think in those areas in the public sector where you meet different classes, you know, people from different backgrounds, you should be ready to, you know, interact. You know, let's face it, some people don't fully understand why a woman would want to cover their face. So, you know, let's just remove that and let's get on with the work. And that's what I do as a teacher.
All right, Shalina Litt, thanks very much indeed.